Hello students, meet again with Pak Pratela. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan, rahayu, salam sehat, salam merdeka belajar. Kalau Pak Pratela tanya siapa kita, jawab 6 profil pelajar Pancasila. Kemudian kalau Pak Pratela tanya lagi, apa kita? Jawab dengan jembatan keledai dari 6 profil pelajar Pancasila, yaitu berbergomantistif. Gitu ya. Siapa kita? 6 profil pelajar Pancasila. Bagus. Apa kita? Berbergomantistif. Masih ingat berbergomantistif? Apa saja itu? 6 profil pelajar Pancasila? Ya, betul sekali. Beriman bertakwa kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Esa dan berakhlak mulia. Kemudian yang kedua, berkebinekaan global. Yang ketiga, gotong royong. Yang keempat, mandiri. Yang kelima, bernalar kritis. Dan yang terakhir, keenam, kreatif. Oke, terima kasih kamu masih ingat. Kita lanjut. Nah, now we're gonna talk about should. Here, we're gonna talk about the benefits of studying should, the basic competencies, the interactive transactional text, and the application. But before that, let's keep this in mind to make our virtual classroom a healthy and productive environment. Two things. The first one is class reminders, and the second one is online ticket. In the classroom reminders, we need to remember and follow these simple rules during class. And in the online etiquette, we need to practice proper behavior and good manners in our online classroom. Classroom reminders, simple and important rules to remember and follow during our classes. The first one, you have to be on time. Set up early so that you are good and ready when class starts. Let's make the most out of our learning sessions. Get to your study space a few minutes before class and make sure your internet connection and computer are working. The second, be prepared for class. Have everything you need within reach. Make sure you have all the required materials with you before class starts. Prepare your books, your homework notebook, your notebook, your pencils, and anything else you may need so you can easily follow in class. The third one, wear appropriate clothes. Make sure you look presentable for class. Let's make the most out of our learning sessions. Get to your study space a few minutes before class and make sure your internet connection and computer are working. The fourth, be respectful. Respect your teacher and also your classmates. Listen attentively to your teacher and follow his or her instructions. Raise your hand when you want to speak and wait to be called before speaking. Listen quietly when someone else is speaking. The next is about the online etiquette. Online etiquette. Online etiquette is about good behavior and manners expected of us when we are in class. The first etiquette, keep your microphone on mute. Reduce background noise and distractions. Microphones can pick up background sounds that may not bother you but may bother your classmates and teacher. If you want to say something in class, raise your hand and wait for the teacher to acknowledge you before unmuting. The second etiquette is you have to be responsible in the chat box. Use the chat box for class-related matters only. only the chat feature for things related to your lessons and as instructed by your teacher. Also, reading something is not the same as hearing it, so think carefully before sending questions or comments. The third etiquette is that you have to be fully present. Pay attention and participate actively. Don't play games on your phone, check your social media, or watch videos. Focus on your lessons, take notes, and participate in class also. Also, you have to avoid constantly moving away from your study area, because that may be distracting to your teacher and your classmates. The next etiquette, remove distractions. Treat online class time as real class time. Find a quiet space for class, turn off the TV or any music in the background. Keep mobile phones on silent and away from you. Don't eat or drink during class to avoid distracting your teacher and your classmates. Those are the rules and etiquette that you have to consider in your mind. The other reminders for the classroom is the first, you don't be afraid to ask questions. Feel free to ask your teacher if you don't know something or if something is unclear. The next reminder, be courteous and polite. Think before speaking. Say thank you and please when appropriate. And then keep up the lessons and homework. Review your notes, stick to a study routines so you won't get behind with class assignments. And then submit assignments correctly. Follow your teacher's rules and instructions on how to submit your work online. The next reminder, take breaks from being online. Find time to recharge and engage in offline activities. Find balance and make time for your hobbies as well. And the last reminder, support each other. Be kind to everyone. Let's encourage and lift each other up. Those are the reminders that we need to consider in our mind in our online classroom. If you have any questions or clarification, please feel free to contact me, Pak Pratela, through email or phone. You can reach me by email address pratelaningsihmirmo95@guru.sma.belajar.id or through my mobile number 0812 9164 9102. And my consultation hours every day during work days, not on weekend, from 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. Okay, now let's start our study about should. Let's start first the benefits of studying should in an interactive transactional text. The question is, what benefits can we get after learning these competencies? Let's find out. The first question, what if you have a good idea, but no one responded properly? 0%. And then what if you saw your brother was naughty and you gave him an advice, but he didn't listen to you? What would you say to a friend who needs your suggestion? This is the third benefit. You can give a suggestion to your friend. For the second one, you may give an advice. For the first one, you need to express your idea well so that others responded properly. and we are going to learn about it later. The first one, the benefit of learning should, is how to express good idea or ideal things properly so that people responded properly. The second one is how to give an advice so that others listen to you. The third one is how to give a suggestion when someone needs your suggestion. The fourth one, the benefit of learning should in an interactive transactional text is to express a regret. And we can also use should in an interactive transactional text to express gratitude. Not only thank you, but we can also say gratitude using should. What is it? How is it? We are going to learn it later on. Now let's continue. Those are benefits of learning should. The first one is to express our feeling. The second one is to give an advice. The third one is to give suggestion. The fourth one is to show our regret. The fifth one is to say thanks. But there are other two things that we are going to get as our additional bonus. Let's continue. Oh, yeah, again, we can stop here for a while. If you have questions or you need clarification, please feel free to contact me, Pak Pratela, through my email or my phone. My email address is pratelaningsihmirmo95@guru.sma.belajar.id, or you can reach me, contact me on my mobile, and my mobile number is 0812-9164-9102. And my consultation hours is during workdays from Monday until Friday at 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. You can reach me during weekend if I have nothing to do with my family or there is another business. If there is no other business, so I can give, so we can have a discussion. Also at the same time from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, now let's continue to the competencies you should acquire after completing this chapter. There are two competencies that you have to acquire after you finish learning this chapter. After finishing this chapter, you should have been able to, according to KD 3.2, menerapkan fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasaan teks interaksi transaksional lisan dan tulis yang melibatkan tindakan memberi dan meminta informasi terkait keharusan melakukan suatu tindakan atau kegiatan pada waktu yang akan datang, pada waktu ini, saat ini, atau pada waktu lampau, sesuai dengan konteks penggunaannya. Perhatikan unsur kebahasaan should plus simple or should plus continuous and should plus perfect. So based on this basic competence, you should be able to apply the social function, the text structure, and the language features of interactive transactional text, whether it is in oral or in written form, by giving and asking for information about using should. Using should. The second competence that you should acquire after you finish learning this chapter is that you have to be able to menyusun teks interaksi transaksional lisan dan tulis yang melibatkan tindakan memberi dan meminta informasi terkait keharusan melakukan suatu tindakan atau kegiatan pada waktu yang akan datang, saat ini, atau waktu lampau, dengan memperhatikan fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasaan yang benar dan sesuai konteks. So, in this chapter, in this competence, in this point, you should be able to make an interactive transactional text, to develop an interactive transactional text using should by considering the social function of the should, the text structure, and the language features correctly and contextually. Those are two competencies for you 10 graders senior high school for Bahasa and Sastra Inggris KD 3.2 and 4.2. Continue. Those are competencies you should have acquired after learning should. If you have any questions and clarifications about the basic competencies of this chapter, I would like you to contact me through my email or my phone. My email address is pratelaningsimirmo95@guru.sma.belajar.id or my mobile number 0812-9164 and 9102. My consultation hours is from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. during work days. To make should meaningful as we intend, we apply it in a text called interactive transactional text. What is interactive transactional text? Let's find out. Interactive transactional text, based on the BBC Nonfiction and Transactional Writing, retrieved on June 10th, 2021, transactional writing is non-fiction writing that intends to communicate information between individuals or groups. That is transactional writing. Interactive text is a conversation. So, interactive transactional text is a non-fiction conversation that intends to communicate information between individuals or groups. So far, any questions and clarifications about interactive transactional text? Please feel free to contact me, Pak Pratela, through my email or my phone. My email address is pratelaningsimirmo95@guru.sma.belajar.id and my mobile number is 0812-9164-9102 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. during work days, Monday to Friday. Next, we are going to learn one by one the implementation of should in an interactive transactional text. The first one, interactive transactional text should can be used to state something ideal or the best thing in a situation. For example, there is a conversation between A and B. A said like this: "There shouldn't be corruption in Indonesia. We live based on Pancasila." And B replied like this: "In fact, it is the contrary. Each of us should be faithful enough if we want Indonesia free from corruption." What about your ideal thing to say? Do you have any ideal thing to say? Please feel free to make the comment below. Here is a video from YouTube about the corruption in Indonesia. It was presented by a foreigner and it was presented in Ubud, Bali in 2014. If you would like to know more about corruption and how to develop your eagerness and your motivation to make Indonesia free from corruption, you may watch this video as only one alternative. We are not going to watch it now. I just want to show it to you. I'm going to put the link in the description. Okay, let's continue. What is another function of should in an interactive transactional text besides to state something ideal or to state the best thing in a situation? The second one, should in an interactive transactional text can be used to give an advice. For example, there is a conversation between Banu and Diki. Banu asked Diki, "Have you tidy up your bed, Dik?" And Diki said, "Not yet." And Banu gave an advice to Diki. "I think you should do it now, as I heard Mom's steps coming up." Wow, Mom is coming up, going upstairs to check whether you have tidy up your room or not. Okay, it's an advice. This is the second function of should in an interactive transactional text, to give an advice. Continue. The third one, should in an interactive transactional text can be used to give a suggestion. For example, this is a conversation between you and a stranger. A stranger asks you. A stranger doesn't know the place around, so he asks or she asks you, "Do you know the way to SMA Negeri 50 Jakarta?" That should be in a question mark, I'm sorry. And then you said like this, "I think you should take lane 23 to Rawamangun and stops at bus stop KFC. That is your suggestion to the stranger. There might be another alternatives or possibility to go to SMA Negeri 50 Jakarta from the area, but considering that he or she is a stranger, or you might think that she or he will feel comfortable, you think that the most comfortable transportation you can suggest to the stranger is lane 23, so you give the suggestion. I think you should take lane 23 to Rawamangun and stops at bus stop KFC." Okay, that is the third function. Let's go to the next. This is the differences between advice and suggestion. Advice or nasihat adalah sesuatu yang berkaitan dengan moralitas, norma agama, norma sosial. While suggestion or saran adalah sesuatu yang berkaitan dengan aturan, hukum, tata tertib, peraturan. So if you talk about giving suggestion, it talks about aturan, hukum, tata tertib, peraturan, gitu ya. If you give an advice, gitu ya, it talks about morality, religious norms or social norms, gitu ya. Okay, let's continue. The next function of should in an interactive transactional text is to express regret, penyesalan. For example, "They should have been in the hall now. It's been announced earlier this morning about the meeting." Ini ada guru atau ketua kelas yang sudah memberitahu beberapa hari sebelumnya kalau sudah diumumkan di grup, ini besok kamu harus di aula, jaga jarak, protokol kesehatan, pakai masker dan sebagainya, pukul 8. Nah, ini begitu kepala sekolah datang di aula, yang datang baru 5 dari 36 orang satu kelas. Padahal mau dikasih penjelasan jam 8. Nah, akhirnya ketua kelas atau wali kelasnya akhirnya mengatakan begini, "They should have been in the hall now. It's been announced earlier this morning about the meeting." Udah dikasih tahu kok, sudah diumumkan bahwa jam 8 ini mau disuruh ke aula, kok malah belum datang, ini udah jam 8. Nah, begitu ya. To express regret. Okay, the next. The other function of should in interactive transactional text is to state formal probability. Jadi kemungkinan, tapi dalam konteks yang formal. Konteks yang formal itu seperti apa? Misalnya antara tour guide and prospective customers. Langgam atau gaya pilihan kosakata yang dipakai dan pilihan diksi genre-nya yang dipakai oleh tour guide itu formal. Kepada prospective, it should be prospective customers, sehingga kalimatnya menjadi if you should decide not to join in this trip, you will get full refund, gitu ya. Jadi masih menimbang-nimbang nih si prospective customersnya, ikut nggak join ke turnya apa enggak gitu. Terus dikasih lagi penguat oleh si tour guide-nya. Bapak nggak apa-apa kalau misalnya nanti nggak jadi ikut, nanti kita balikin uangnya utuh. Gitu. Oh gitu ya. Berarti nanti saya dapat utuh walaupun nanti saya nggak jadi ikut. Iya Pak. Tapi dalam bahasa yang formal, if you should decide not to join in this trip, you'll get full refund. Gitu ya. That is the one of the function to state formal probability of should in interactive transactional text. Berikutnya, to express a surprise, gitu ya, untuk menyatakan kejutan. Contohnya ini, I was shocked that the man should have moved so quickly, stealing my bike unnoticed. Gitu. Si orang ini begitu terkejut. Padahal aku cuman masuk ke Indomart nggak sampai 5 menit untuk ngambil uang di ATM Mandiri, terus mau pulang, Mas, udah selesai balik lagi ke parkiran. Loh kok ini malah parkirannya malah sepedaku sudah hilang. Nah, begitu. To express a surprise. Tidak harus dalam konteks yang begitu, juga bisa dalam konteks lain. For example, you are surprised that your friend yang kamu tidak sangka-sangka dia bisa diterima senam PTN, justru dia diterima senam PTN, gitu ya. Misalnya seperti itu. Oke, kita lanjut karena waktunya sudah panjang. To express gratitude. Should bisa juga dipakai untuk menyatakan gratitude. Konteksnya begini. Zhang is in Paris, France. He remembered Tanya when he saw a hat. Jadi begitu lagi di jalan nih, lagi jalan-jalan ke Paris, di suatu jalan, dia lihat ada topi yang cantik sekali yang seperti di gambar, yang Tania pernah ngobrol-ngobrol pengen beli gitu kan, tapi belum kesampaian gitu. Terus Zhang ingat, ini kayaknya topi model yang si Tania pengen beli gitu. Nah, terus akhirnya si Zhang telepon si Tania. Tapi itu sesudah jadi beli, sesudah dibeli topinya itu. Zhang bilang gini ke Tania, Tania, I'm in Paris now, I bought you a hat. Tuh, Tania nggak berharap, tidak tidak membayangkan bahwa Zhang ini akan membelikan topi. Terus akhirnya dia bilang, oh Zhang, you shouldn't have, gitu. You shouldn't have itu untuk menyatakan rasa terima kasih. Oh, nggak usah harusnya gitu kalau di letterlexnya. Tapi itu untuk menyatakan terima kasih. Gitu ya. Berikutnya, those are all about should in an interactive transactional text. If you have any questions or you have clarifications, please feel free to contact me, Pak Pratela, through my email in pratelaningsimirmo95@guru.sma.belajar.id or my full mobile number 081291649102. Every Monday till Friday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hum Santi 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 Hum. Salam sehat, salam merdeka belajar. Thank you.